When Lena Hart became the youngest award-winning actress in the country, fame came with flashing cameras, screaming fans, and danger. After a stalking incident outside a film premiere, her management hired one of the best protection officers in the business, Adrian Cole. Adrian wasn't impressed by fame. He had protected politicians, CEOs, even royalty. Celebrities didn't intimidate him. Emotions didn't distract him. That was before Lena. From the moment he stepped into her penthouse apartment, he noticed the difference between the woman on magazine covers and the woman barefoot on the kitchen floor eating cereal straight from the box. "You're earlier than expected," she said, brushing curls away from her face. "I prefer early to sorry," he replied, voice calm and unreadable, professional, controlled, untouchable. Adrian had rules. No emotional attachment, no unnecessary conversation, always maintain distance. Lena had no such rules. She talked to him in the car when he drove her to shoots. She offered him coffee he never drank. She teased him about his serious face. "You ever smile, Adrian?" "Not on duty," she laughed. "Then maybe you need a better job." But the job wasn't the problem. The problem was the way she thanked every crew member by name. The way she checked on her assistant when she had a migraine. The way she sat alone on the balcony at night, thinking no one noticed the weight she carried. Adrian noticed everything. It was his job. One night after an awards ceremony, paparazzi crossed the line. A push, a scream, flashing lights too close. Adrian moved fast, shielding her body with his own, guiding her safely into the car. But inside the vehicle, Lena wasn't shaking from fear. She was shaking from adrenaline. "You could have been hurt," she whispered, staring at a small cut on his forehead. "It's nothing. It's not nothing to me." Silence filled the car. Her hand lifted without thinking, brushing gently against his skin. The touch lingered a second too long. Adrian's breath changed, and for the first time since he took the assignment, he stepped back emotionally instead of forward. "We need to maintain boundaries," he said quietly. Her hand fell. Right. Boundaries. The next few weeks were colder, shorter replies, less eye contact. But love doesn't disappear just because it's inconvenient. During a late-night location shoot outside the city, a sudden storm shut down production. Cast and crew scrambled for cover inside a small countryside lodge. Power went out. Candles flickered. Thunder rolled. Lena found him standing by the window, watching the perimeter. "You ever get tired?" she asked softly. "Of what? Of protecting everyone and letting no one protect you?" He didn't answer. She stepped closer. "You're not made of steel, Adrian." "No," he said, voice low. "That's the problem. Because steel doesn't feel, and he was feeling everything." The real threat came weeks later, a breach in her security detail from someone inside her own team. Adrian intercepted it before it escalated, but it meant one thing: his assignment was ending. She was being relocated with a new full-time security unit overseas. Their final evening arrived quietly. He handed her the clearance documents. That's it?" she asked. "That's it." She nodded slowly, then laughed softly through tears. "You know what the worst part is?" He remained silent. "I never once felt safer than when you were near, and not just physically." That broke him. He stepped closer. No cameras, no staff, no rules left to enforce. "You weren't supposed to matter," he admitted. "You were a responsibility." And now, his hand gently cupped her face, professional distance finally shattered. "Now you re the only thing that ever made me want to drop my guard." She kissed him first, slow, certain, like someone choosing love over fear. 6 months later, Adrian no longer worked for the agency. He worked for Lena, not as her bodyguard, but as her partner. He still watched the exits when they entered a room, still walked slightly behind her in crowds. Old habits. But now, when she reached for his hand, he didn't pull away, because the strongest protection isn't distance, it's love.